Alright, and welcome. Welcome to my channel. Basically, I bring out and show you things that I've used or experienced to give you a rough idea of how well these are made or the quality. Just a quick review so for people can get an idea of how, what's out there right now. And the idea from my life experience as well, what I've gone through and used so far. So, you're probably thinking, why have I got this carrots and tomato? Today I'm going to be reviewing this product we've purchased from Amazon. I don't know if you can see the name, it's very hard to pronounce. EUNA knife. Now I've got a really good deal on Amazon on this. I think with the discount code and everything, it worked out to be, it was £22.99, and I think with a 50% discount of some kind that we managed to get it for about £11.40 something. So anyway, first of all, let me show you the knife. It comes in very well packaged. If I can open it. Come on. So this is like the unboxing of it as well, just to show you. And they have packaged it really well. It normally does come in a polythene wrapped up fully, so it's not that you can just quite easily open it. So basically it comes like this in a box, and you'll see this little thing there. You pull it open for instructions, so forth. I don't know what instruction you need for a knife, maybe how to sharpen it. 30 days money back guarantee on this as well, which is really good. But it tells you all the information, and you should be able to see this on their sites or wherever they're. Okay, there's a little introduction card. And our knife itself looks like stainless steel with some sort of paintwork on top. The grips, rubbery but hard. It's almost like a leather feel to it, but it's a hard over like plastic, you can tell. Which is a nice feel to it. Now weight, I'll show you that shortly. And I'll use this in a minute to demonstrate how well it cuts. And it also comes with a cover, so you literally slide in and it stays in place. Now everybody uses knife, especially if you ask a chef, they have different knife for different tasks they've got or to cut different things with. But in most households you'll probably find any knife that's available to you near you, you're most likely to be using that to cut onions, whatever you want to cut it with. I do have my favorite knife, and this one I purchased thinking it might be really good, so I'm going to tell you all about it in a minute, what I think is good or not. But anyway, so it's an EUNA knife. Let me put the packaging away and we'll demonstrate to you how well it works, as a knife should do. Just to tell you the weight of the knife itself as it is without any cover on it, if I just put it on the weighing machine, it is 143 grams. Compared to my favorite knife I use in my household, is this knife here. It is made by Richardson in Sheffield. I got it from TK Maxx, this one, and it is very light, and I don't know if you can see, it's very thin as well compared to, I'll do a close-up in a second, compared to the other one, and you can tell the weight of it. So this was 100 and whatever it was, and compared to this one here, it's only 70. And it is a smaller knife, but I prefer the small knife. I've got a small hand and it works perfect. I use it for this for everything, literally cutting onions, to name it, I use it. Anyway, so we're not here for this knife here, but I just want to compare to my favorite choice of knife to what this one is like. So EUNA knife, slightly heavy, but some people like the weight, so it's good. So close up. So it's got a bit of speckles of white, dusty sort of feel, and the knife itself is of course matching on the handle as well as the knife with the paintwork on that. I don't know how long the paintwork will last as you're using it more often. And the thickness, as you can see, there you go, just compared to thickness, just can't get it focused on there, but there, there it is. And here's there's the leaflet, if you want to see what it says on here. And it comes in a nice lovely box, as you can see there. So close up you'll see the knife, both sides. It does leave some fingerprints, as you can see, as you touch it, but you know, it's a knife at the end of the day. It's going to be used every day. So when you buy a knife like this, normally they come pre-sharpened, of course, and you can tell that is very, that's how you check a knife when it's sharp. You can tell how gritty it is when you go through it. And you can also see this taking my skin off already, compared to my very well used knife, which is not bad. Yeah, that's how I would check a knife normally, to see how sharp it is. You can tell little speckle of sort of dusty skin coming off because of that. I wouldn't recommend this, by the way, for any children in case they happen to be watching this. But that's how I would check knife, and I sharpen this a normal, like a blade sharpening thing that we've got, and that I assume you'll be doing the same with this one when it gets blunt, and it doesn't always stay like this, knives. So that's one thing to know. Now the test is basically quite simple. With a hard substance, if I just drop this down, you know, it goes halfway quite easy. You can tell it's a knife, but compared to my, just a comparison to other knife that I favour watching, it won't go straight down. We have to really hit it hard. If I just drop it the same way, it's a different weight, so it's not gonna. The test doesn't really conclude anything. But just to show you, it just cut through. Knife is a knife. If you prefer a bit of weight to it, I've told you the weight of this one compared to how I prefer my lighter weights. So yeah, this one cuts through just fine. Yeah. Only the differences I would say is when you've got a thicker knife of any kind, as you're pushing through, if you can imagine, you're trying to wedge the knife into the surface of the food, and as you're doing that, you're trying to, it goes thicker, it makes it harder work just to go through it. That's why I prefer a thinner blade, which helps it to go. If you don't even feel something going in, it just makes it that bit easier. That's the only difference I would say with knives. But the sharpness of it, as you can see, the only time you can tell when a knife sort of gone blunt is when you try to do this, it doesn't cut through. Look at this, it just sort of slices through. And compared to my old trusty knife, I think we will probably do the same. But because there's less weight, it takes a bit more effort. But I prefer it's better control on a lighter knife than a heavier knife. I find a bit scary, probably with experience. Not everyone likes using knife. But this cuts through perfectly fine. Look at that. It just easy in, no problem. And again, this one is got a bit more work because it's not sharp as this. When you first buy a knife, it's always going to be very sharp. So instantly you can tell it just makes it easy work of that tomato, and you can do this all day long here until you need to sharpen it, probably in a couple of months or so time if you're using it regularly. I mean, I will probably make this my knife everyday use because the way it cuts, and it can cut to quite very small, thin size as well. I'm not an expert chef, but this does the job. So here you go, guys, just to show you how well this knife cuts. The grip feels good and comfortable. I have got a smaller hand, so this is perfect for me as well. If you've got a larger hand, I think it'll be sufficient compared to my trusty knife, which is much smaller. Where it is, you can tell. I just like the feel of this, which is light. It doesn't feel scary as heavy weight. You can tell it's double the weight already, but it cuts double the time faster, as you can tell. There you go. So this is my conclusion, that this knife is worth buying, and you've seen the demonstration how well it cuts. So I'll leave the opinions to yourself to work it out if this is basically what you're looking for, or you can always try out other brands as well. But this knife's been well recommended and well stated on the Amazon website to be very good. So I'm just basically verifying that it is good or not. And as I said to you, it feels nice to use. It's a nice large size, so it's perfect. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll bring some other products to you as well, just to show you on a daily usage of product that we normally use in my used review channel. Thank you for watching.